Hey everyone, welcome back to my therapy lounge. My name is Joanna. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and today is episode 18 of Walks with Lily, where I walk my dog and we talk about anything mental health. Today we're going to be talking about self-care, but it's not what you see on TikTok or Instagram, which is more about aesthetic. No bubble baths. We're not just talking about positive affirmations because, let's face it, a face mask is not going to fix your burnout. The truth is, a lot of what we're sold online is just a band-aid solution or straight up misleading. So today we're going to be busting the biggest self-care myths and talking about micro habits that you can implement today to help with emotional regulation and distress tolerance. So let's get into it. So first myth is that self-care should feel good all the time. Spoiler, it doesn't. Real self-care includes doing things that you don't always want to do, like setting boundaries, saying no, or finally dealing with that pile of laundry. Emotional regulation isn't just about calming down in the moment, it's about reducing future stress. So here's the first micro habit. It's called the 2-minute rule. So basically anything that takes 2 minutes or less, you do that right now. So for example, replying to a text or putting the dishes away or taking out the trash. Small wins like that can lead to less emotional breakdowns later and less feelings of being overwhelmed. Myth 2 is that self-care is expensive. Nope, you can do a lot of self-regulation strategies for yourself that are totally free. One great grounding technique is the 5-4-3-2-1. So taking a moment to look around and identify 5 things you could see, 4 things you can physically feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. You don't need a fancy calming app to do that. Myth number 3 is self-care is selfish. Wrong. You can't pour from an empty vessel. So picturing it this way, picture your daily energy as a teapot. And what I mean by daily energy is your emotions, your ability to complete tasks. So when you're full, you can pour abundantly into your work cup, your family cup, your friend cup. The next micro habit here is called the 5-minute pause. So for 5 minutes, just turn everything off. No phone, no computer, no distractions, and close your eyes and breathe. Do nothing. And yes, your mind may wander. It may be, going a mile a minute. That's fine. When you notice that, just focus back on your breath. So this is like a system reboot. And no, this isn't like a moment of laziness. This is about checking in with yourself. The next myth is self-care is a one-time thing. So no, one yoga session is not going to fix your anxiety or take all your problems away. Self-care is about routines and maintenance. Micro habit here is called the emotions check-in, which kind of piggybacks off the 5-minute pause. So basically, once a day, you set an alarm. Usually this will be like in the middle, sometime in the middle of the day, in the middle of the afternoon. And when that alarm goes off, you basically ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What's going on in my body? And even just identifying those physical sensations and the emotion can help with reducing stress. So for example, if you're at work it's midday, you do the check-in, you're like, oh wow, I'm really feeling overwhelmed. I can't ready for 5 o'clock to hit. That's okay, accepting how you're feeling in the moment. And then what can you do about it? So you could do that grounding technique, or you could reset your vagus nerve by either drinking something cold, humming, splashing cold water on your face, or even putting an ice pack on the back of your neck. And the final myth is self-care equals isolation. False. Because connection is a form of self-care. So this isn't about, self-care isn't ignoring a friend's text while you're sitting in a dark living room with your hoodie on eating ice cream. The last micro habit is called the one text rule, meaning once a day, sending a meaningful text to someone. So this isn't liking their story or sending a funny meme. This is about telling someone how much you appreciate them or asking them how they're really doing. Social support can help regulate emotions way better than solo scrolling. Real self-care isn't about perfection, it's about tiny, consistent habits that actually regulate your emotions. Try one micro habit this week and see how it feels. Drop a comment with your favorite micro habit or self-care myth that drives you crazy. And if this helped, hit the like, subscribe for more real talk mental health content. And if you're looking for free resources or worksheets on challenging negative core beliefs, on dealing with anxiety, and on dealing with toxic people, go to mytherapylounge.com/shop. All right, everyone, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.